We're proud at this time to be joined by the president of the Detroit Lions, Rod Wood. What we get from fans, some fans, is they need to make a bigger move. They need to go get Micah Parsons. They need to go get Trey Hendrickson. What do you say to the fans that say they think the Lions are afraid to make that big move?
Oh, we're not afraid to make a big move. I feel, candidly, like we are all in with the team that we have. We're trying to make sure that we can keep the nucleus of this team together, not put any of that at risk by going to make a move that you bring in some other player that may have a big name, might be a great player, but that's going to disrupt what we've got here and our plans for the future. And we've got a lot of young guys who are on their rookie contract who are going to be up, for big extensions, and we've been planning for that for years. And you have to save money and you have to save cap space for it. We probably have 5 or 6 guys that are amongst the best at their position, and I don't know that another team has that, and we're trying to prepare to keep all those guys with us.
Do you have any contract extension to announce with Aiden Hutchinson?
I have nothing to announce, and I wouldn't announce it if I did have something to announce until we're ready to say something officially, but we're working on stuff.
When you watch Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes and their staffs, what are they bringing to the table? If you could provide us an insight, a story, that is why these guys have been able to build what they've been able to build so far.
They're 2 great leaders, first of all. They're great partners, and I think that, when you hire 2 guys at the same time who didn't know each other and you put them together kind of in a forced marriage almost, you hope it works out. And they've embraced it. They still operate that way. And Dan doesn't make a decision without talking to Brad and vice versa. Their staffs are amazing. I think they've both been able to attract great people. And I think people want to come here and work now because of the culture those 2 guys have created. People walk in our building and they just say, this feels different. This feels like everybody wants to be here and wants to work together. And I can tell you that's not the way it feels at a lot of teams. I told Brad the other day, I think we're one of the few teams now that teams will look at our players and say, that's a Detroit Lion or that's a Dan Campbell player. And when you start to have other teams identify the kind of guys that are on your team, I think you've started to figure it out.